Hey guys, what is up? It's Dusty here, and welcome back to another crypto video. And put down in the comment section what country you're watching from. For me right now, it is, let me quickly see, 3 a.m. to the dot. Alright, so put down below what country you're watching from, as it's always interesting to me at what crazy times you're all watching it. It's really mind-boggling. Having said that, though, today I want to talk a little bit more about the Ripple XRP lawsuit, as we just got some pretty positive news, and well, reading up and finding more things all day here have really changed my perspective even more. And I really think there is no way that Ripple is going to lose this. But before we actually get into that, I just noticed XRP fell down a little bit in the rankings, and of course, a lot of people went complete panic mode over on Twitter and in Discord and everywhere. And this is exactly the reason why I ask you all on Twitter, would you sell your XRP, or even would you be scared if XRP came out of the top 10? Put it down below in the comment section now too. Would you be afraid, or would you sell XRP if it came out of the top 10? The reason I asked was not because I think most people would say yes. It was actually because I knew that most XRP holders would say no. Most of them would say no because they do not care. And I believe that is for two reasons. One, it is mostly because market cap really doesn't matter. So being at the number 5, number 7, number 9, it doesn't really say much, specifically because BNB went up so ridiculously much that it doesn't say too much about XRP and its longevity or anything like that. It just says something more about BNB, which rose above it in this case. But the more important point is that I believe because XRP has one of the most detrimental lawsuits in the crypto space ever attached to them. This is going to be a groundbreaking lawsuit that will literally change the way we know crypto. So that they're doing a little bit less properly than others is only to be expected. It's not crazy that they're being held back. That's really obvious to me. So falling down is also a result of that. Okay. Well, it's to be accepted though, because in the end, again, we all know where it is going. But a little bit of a side story. Bitcoin is 52,000. It almost hit 52,500 just now. Ethereum is above 1900, ADA above 91 cents, Polkadot at about $32, BNB at 167. And damn, what a crazy day for crypto that is again, huh? I guess because Bitcoin went above 50,000, we just saw another bullish spike. Things just went a little bit better even. Market cap at about 1.6, and Bitcoin is almost at $1 trillion. What a crazy freaking time. So I have two articles here for you guys today that are most important. And by the way, I did this video already, but I decided to not post it. I'm going to delete that. All right, I didn't really want to redo, but I wasn't happy with the quality. I wasn't happy with the exact info, so I'm redoing it. And the two most important articles are these ones. At the heart of the SEC's case against Ripple, a dispute over legal advice. And this one right here, which is lawyer discusses, let's go here. No, sorry guys. Joint letter with SEC is a clear victory for Ripple, says Jeremy Hogan, who is an attorney. So this article here is actually referring to the fact that Ripple / XRP have actually won phase 1. All right, so a whole lawsuit process here, we can kind of, dedicate them into different phases. And Ripple has won phase 1 purely on the idea that Ripple is providing facts and the SEC is providing allegations, which in my opinion aren't even completely correct. A little bit of a backstory here is that the SEC, somewhere in their attack, in my opinion, claims that Ripple just calls their XRP a currency, right? And we all know it wasn't really Ripple who was the first to claim XRP a currency. I believe it was it FinCEN? It was one of those authorities over in the United States that actually has, since 2015, officially labeled XRP as a currency. It's a little bit of a backstory. According to attorney Jeremy Hogan, the SEC's argumentation in the joint letter lacks any factual basis, while Ripple convinces with facts. The letter is the first impression for the judge and could therefore have an important influence on the outcome. The idea here is that even though this might not really have too much to do with the entire lawsuit, it could, because this is really the first thing the judge is going to see. And if Ripple has a very big one in terms of that they win and the SEC is 0 in terms of that they lose, that could really have a huge effect on how the lawsuit is going to evolve, right? As CNF reported yesterday, the US SEC and Ripple Labs have issued a joint letter ruling out a timely settlement, at least under the current SEC administration. In addition to important deadlines agreed upon by both sides, both the SEC and Ripple had the opportunity to present their arguments. Orlando-based attorney Jeremy Hogan analyzed the letter in a new video, giving his legal perspective on the case, and as Hogan noted, the first round should clearly go to Ripple and potentially provide a decisive first advantage. Quote, "This is the judge's first look at the case, so it's extremely important. The case could be won or lost in the context of this letter." And then another one that you really start to think about when you read this is, so under the current SEC, So one thing I also found interesting that I thought about when reading this is that the SEC really, on the last day that they were there, decided to quickly sue Ripple and then change, of course, their whole, their whole body, so everybody in there changed. Isn't that really odd? Like, I know we've talked about that before, but still, isn't it really strange that they did that? I know, again, I know it's not real. No, it's not new. Yet it's so important. It's such a pivotal point. It's like, how often does that happen? That the last day in office, they sue a company with this much importance and resign. It's not like they really had to get off. They resign the day after suing something like that. And then the next body, who's actually, if we look at their opinions on the matter, is extremely positive on cryptocurrency in comparison to Jay Clayton, who was pretty negative. It's such a weird deal. It's so strange. And we could really sit here and talk about this for an hour or two, just how odd this all feels and how surreal this all goes, because it's really one of the most important crypto lawsuits ever, and they kind of rushed it, right? But in a different sense, they also waited years. So this really doesn't make any sense, and it really starts to sometimes get on my nerves, the idea that I cannot figure out if Ripple wanted this all along or if they didn't. The reason I'm saying that is because also Brett Garlinghouse instantly told his employees, do not worry, we got this all under control, right? He just basically sent an email out, that was also public by the way, to every employee saying that this is nothing to worry about and that everything's going to be fine. That's also so strange. Ripple is showing such confidence also with their Q4 report and most likely Q1 report of this year. They're all freaking fire. That again makes me really believe this claim that Ripple has already got themselves an advantage. I believe they also got themselves an advantage because of the idea that, well, they know, I think, a little bit more on the inside than the SEC does, in the sense that they know how they can phrase it, how they can word it, and how they have changed XRP over from potentially being a security to not being a security anymore. And Ripple has an advantage where they can use the argument that regardless of what it has been before, right now it isn't. The SEC has already said themselves and have proven, this has been proven in multiple cases, that the status of a thing can change after a little while if more use case or more decentralization comes along. And that's exactly the case with XRP, right? It is not a security anymore, regardless of what the SEC thinks. The only thing they can claim is that it used to be a security, and Ripple can get a fine for that for, in the past, selling some unregistered securities stuff. That type of stuff, okay, I'll give it to you. But it cannot be a security anymore. And also, if you're worried about Flare or anything like that built on top of XRP, that is also not affected. That would be a different lawsuit altogether. Moving on, though, to the quotes here. As an example, Hogan cites one of the first paragraphs in the SEC's portion, where it argues about the heart of the case, the question of whether XRP is an investment contract. As the attorney explains, there are no facts in the paragraph that support the SEC's arguments. The complaint further alleges that defendants sold XRP as investment contracts under the Howey line of cases primarily because the economic reality of XRP and the way defendants marketed XRP made a purchase of XRP in exchange for cash or other consideration and investment into a common enterprise. And as Hogan elicited, the next few paragraphs are no better, there are no facts, so it's really weak. Hogan said, while the SEC has some facts it could have cited, none of them are in here. Further, the SEC wasted a couple of paragraphs, and as you'll see here, next, the SEC addresses the defendant's defense in this case, where they say, quote, defendant's principal response to these allegations is to affix a self-serving label to XRP currency. Now, it's good to address your opponent's defense in a lawsuit, but it's very weak defense if it's a defense at all. The fact that Ripple calls XRP a currency is not the heart of its defense, and the SEC spends 1, 2, 3, 4 paragraphs. This is really pricey real estate in a 9-page letter. My response would be really, it doesn't matter. A security is a security no matter what you call it. That's the heart of the Howey test. So yeah, it's a really strange one in my opinion. It's like the SEC is not even doing their best. I really don't understand what's going on. I really don't. But all right. I think this is a great point that after Ripple sold XRP, it was then sold downstream. So how can it be an investment contract? Because theoretically speaking, if it's an investment contract, right, it's a little bit strange if you give an investment contract to somebody and that person can just freely do with whatever they want with that investment, just go on and on and on without having any connection to the first company that issued it, basically. There's no expectation of profit. There's no nothing. So, it's really odd already there. But again, that's because I'm in it, right? I'm kind of biased because I already have in the back of my head that Ripple just cannot lose. So if I sound too biased here and you think the SEC has some valid points, just let me know in the comment section down below, by the way. Also, guys, go check out GSX. I personally have a little bit of money inside of this one. Some of you like it, some of you don't. But I'm showing it for the people that, are interested in this type of stuff. It is the first gold-backed coin. It's the first growth coin. New concept, something relatively cool. And yeah, the founder, by the way, also has a YouTube series I just noted. And on Twitter, he's showing some stuff in Zambia. I believe it's also for this crypto, or at least for the project. It's just interesting to me. It's a little bit of something different than your usual project, definitely. But there's gold-backed mining in this case. It's basically taking the best of two worlds, crypto and gold. And yeah, the team is just online. You can find all about them. They also have another very big cryptocurrency called Apollo. Again, you may think of that what you want. Some think people call it good. Some people call it bad. Doesn't really matter to me. You do whatever you want. I have a couple $1,000s in this. Go check it out. Link is down below. I'm hoping for a huge return on it. And then the rest of this article, and I guess the whole video here, it's not too important, right? The reason I'm saying that is because we nearly know all of it. And even though this attack from the SEC might have been weak, that actually doesn't say much. It just says that Ripple right now has the upper hand. But even then, over a whole lawsuit of a couple of months, this might just be the first impression, as the SEC can clearly get deeper into the facts and really explain their own opinion. So is this really beneficial to Ripple? I would say yes, because this does give a certain direction for the judge that's reading all of this, where if Hogan already saw that this was weak, that the judge would definitely find it the same way. In a different sense, over the whole lawsuit, it doesn't actually have to have any influence at all. So it's not a guarantee that this actually was good. I, however, do think it should be. This article here was also interesting because it actually pinpoints more so about the history of the SEC and the history of everything and how this is all moving along. I also shared this one over on Twitter because it's a little bit of a longer article, would take me a little bit longer to read, and it's a little bit more deeper with a lot of examples and whatnot, so it's not really perfect for a video. It's more so something you can read here for yourself if you just want to kind of compare here and have a little bit of history and maybe get a deeper understanding of what's going on here for yourself. If you guys really want, I'll go over it tomorrow and maybe give a little summary. Otherwise, it is on my Twitter if you want to find this. So is most of these articles that I show. Then I got a couple of requests from people to talk about this article and explain. However, I already know articles like this are always to kind of clickbait you, get you hyped up, because it says here, and they do that literally, XRP supporter SBI Holdings plans to form a cryptocurrency joint venture. It just means that SBI Holdings, who is partnered with XRP, or at least who is supporting XRP because they are a Ripple partner and they have a joint venture with Ripple, they are doing something with crypto. So it doesn't actually mean XRP is connected in any way, shape, or form, even though, I mean, they are. The CEO of SBI Holdings is a Ripple board member, so in the end, they are connected in some way, but it doesn't directly maybe support XRP. It's just important to know that these guys are an XRP supporter and they're working in the crypto space. But again, it's not too relevant though. Then something on the completely other side of the spectrum, Elon Musk does it again, pumps Mars coin by 3,000%. So yes, Elon is going on with the pump and dumps. He went crazy over on Twitter. This was the whole Dogecoin ordeal, but since CZ commented it is necessary to make a Elon coin, he then asked maybe call it Mars coin, and Elon said that would definitely be one, and then people decided to massively buy another Mars coin. It is interesting, but in a different sense, I also think that this really might be the time that we should think about, I don't want to say it, but we maybe should think about cashing some crypto out, purely because it is getting too speculational. People are getting too comfortable in the crypto space. They think that the gains will never stop, but we all should know gains will stop eventually. I always tell people to diversify, and I still think that that's one of the smartest things you can do, because right now you're seeing it once more. XRP wasn't the best gainer, BNB was here. If you were diversified, you'd probably have a little bit of BNB. Point being, however, because I'm not trying to show you BNB, I'm just trying to say here, things might eventually switch around, because people are so ridiculously bullish on crypto. We might hit 100K per Bitcoin, yes, right now or in the future, who knows, right? We will most likely hit it though. The only question is kind of when. Same thing for XRP hitting a couple of dollars. We'll most likely hit it, but the question is when. But the bigger question is, will we see a bear market first? And we'll talk about that a little bit later today. I think tomorrow actually, because right now it is 3:17. Oh, it's crazy late. So I won't talk about it today. We'll talk about it tomorrow then, or I guess officially it is today. And we'll get into some details about what I think surrounding that. But yeah, I think Elon here is not doing a good job for the crypto space. It's memey, it's fun, but it's not really good. Once more, check out GSX2 and make sure you press the like button if you are enjoying the daily crypto news. And see you guys again in another crypto video. Take care, everybody.